I don't know. I'd say I'm reasonable.
Okay, that's completely unreasonable.
I'm reasonable.
I'm unreasonable.
You have no idea just how reasonable I have been.
Reasonable synonyms are sensible, rational, practical, fair, appropriate.
Fitting, suitable, logical.
All things I would definitely say describe me.
Do they describe you?
Welcome to I'm Reasonable with Zainab Johnson.
I'm reasonable.
And that I am. That I am. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to a better late than never. Welcome to another episode of I'm Reasonable with Zainab Johnson. I am Zainab Johnson. I'm Zainab, better late than never Johnson. I'm Zainab Johnson, you guys, and I try my best to be reasonable, and that is the point of this podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. On a scale from Kanye to Kendrick, how reasonable have we been this week? Yeah, I know. That sounds like the same thing I said last week. Ain't that a shame? Yay! Yeezy, 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 Yeezy. Actually, although Kanye West does find himself yet again on the spectrum of most unreasonable, I mean, besides Orange Man over there and his whole oligarchy crew, right? On the far end of the spectrum of unreasonable, I have actually decided I ain't even going to talk about him today. I am not going to give Kanye energy because I truly believe that Kanye West is an escaped mental patient. And we acting like he's not escaped. And he is. And I don't even say that to be shady. I'm not saying that to be funny. I am saying that like truly, you out in the wild and you ain't supposed to be. And here's the thing. Everybody's going to watch. And either laugh at him or distance themselves from him or band together in anti-Semitism, right? But they all just playing with house money, y'all. And what I know about house money, although I don't gamble and although the last place I ever want to be in life is a casino, I know at the end of the day, the house does not lose. So today we're going to talk Kendrick's much anticipated halftime show. I know I'm a bit late. I know I'm really late, actually. I know I'm really late, but I still want to talk about it. I still want to offer my opinion. I thought I was going to talk about Onaija, the Black American woman in Pakistan. I think now she's in Dubai, although she might be missing. I hope not. But I did want to talk about Onaija and Onaija for president. It's actually against my religion to tell you my business. Respect to the law, respect for Allah. Respect to the law, respect for Allah. No, she said respect to the law, respect for the law, respect to Allah, and respect to God. I said, but you know what? I bet you Onaija could get Pakistan together way before Trump can. Not that Pakistan needs to be put together, but you know what I'm saying? She was like, I need $20,000 or more. It was the or more for me. I need $100,000 or more. Yep, and y'all are going to be paying them $5,000 every week or more. She said, what we're not going to do is put a cap at the top. I'm telling you what the bare minimum is, and it will only go up from there. Onaija for president. I thought we was going to talk about her, but I don't think I'm going to have time to get into her because it's kind of late where I'm at right now, and I do have an early flight. And I've been pretty busy this week, you guys. And so you're welcome. I actually could have not said nothing because I was in mid-conversation. I was on set yesterday or the day before. I was on set both days, but I don't know which day it was. Mid-conversation, I was talking, in the middle of a sentence, I said, and you know what, I'm so sorry. This will be my last sentence because I'm kind of tired of talking. And not like I'm not tired of you guys having a conversation. I'll be an active listener. But I'm actually tired of like moving my lips and my tongue and like having audible sound come out. And it was like, but they got it. And it wasn't nasty or anything. It was like I had a revelation in a moment. Like, oh my God, you're literally exhausted. Like you're literally tired of actually being audible. And oh my God, have you guys seen Calandria's birthday suit? Ooh, girl, you are the prototype. Pause. Because so many people online be trying to make me gay. And I like, pause is so stupid. I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, I'm from New York, so we pause, no, like all of that stuff. People say pause now. Remember they used to be like, no homo. They used to say a lot of that, but they don't say that now. But they still say pause. And so, you know what I'm saying? I'm familiar with all of those colloquialisms, right? But I still think it's stupid. Because what you pausing for? Like, what? That don't even make sense. But I'm saying pause because it's like people be... I hate to say it, but the gay girlies that have a crush on me, they kind of be like, it's like, you gotta stop. I appreciate it. I appreciate the support for like me as a human being in my comedy, but like you gotta stop. You know what I'm saying? It's the same as like if a guy, like when y'all see guys in the comments pressing me and y'all like, come, bro, don't be a creep. It's like the same goes for women. The same goes for women. You gotta chill. But Calandria, yo, release the workout tapes, sis. Where's the tutorial for the body yaddy yaddy? You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Oh, and it's Valentine's Day, right? It is Valentine's Day, and so on our Ask Z, we actually have a Valentine's Day question. But first, of course, where can you guys see me perform? Thank you. Thank you, everybody that came out to Pittsburgh to see me. Oh, my God, y'all. Yo, it was cold in Pittsburgh. It was raining in Pittsburgh, but y'all showed up and showed out. Thank you. Thank you, my Steelers. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming out. Okay, so next up, I'll be in Chicago, actually. Next weekend, I will be in Chicago, February 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. I will be at the Zanies in Chicago, February 21st through the 23rd. Then March 8th, I will be in Tempe, Arizona at Cafeteria Comedy. That's what it's called. Cafeteria Comedy. I am headlining one night only, Tempe, Arizona, March 8th. Then April 4th, one night only, I will be in New York City. April 4th, New York City at the City Winery in New York City. Then April 11th and 12th, I will be in Toronto. April 11th and 12th. I'm hoping that it's kind of warm in Toronto by then, but we'll see. We'll see. We're going to make it do what it do, even if it ain't. Make sure you get those tickets. These shows like New York, Chicago, Toronto, it's like there's not very many tickets left. So if you haven't and you want to be there, you know, get the tickets. I know some of us was online for 3 hours yesterday trying to get them Cowboy Carter tickets. I know. This girl hit me and was like, girl, between you and Beyonce, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it. I was like, well, let me do the math for you. Just tack on my $35 to Beyonce's $3,000 tickets. You'll be fine, sis. If you could go see Cowboy Carter, then you can come see me. So, yeah, 16 carriages. Have them bring you to my show. June 6th through the 8th, I will be in Kansas City, Missouri. June 6th through the 8th. June 13th and 14th, I will be in San Francisco, California. June 19th through the 21st, Baltimore, Maryland. And then December 5th, way out in the, end of the year, inshallah, I will be in Addison, Texas. But here's the thing. We are working on adding Miami, Oakland, Sacramento, Boston, Atlanta, Tampa, and many, many more cities. So just stay tuned, subscribe, turn on them notifications, because let me just tell you what hurts my heart and yours when y'all be hitting me as I'm going through TSA pre-check, leaving your city. I be going through TSA pre-check, leaving your city. And y'all be like, when are you coming here? And I be like, oh, security's checking my ID right now, boarding a flight, leaving where you are. Oh, no. I tried to tell you. And some people be like, but I just found out about you today. Then you're going to have to wait till the next go around. But the people who have been here, the people that have been here, while I have you, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And we got to see these numbers go up, y'all. Y'all be like, yo, oh my God, my dose is Zainab for the week. Oh my God, I love you. Oh, this was a bar. That was a bar. Then share it. You got to share it. You got to tell people. Word of mouth is very powerful. You got to share it. You got to take it. You got to put it in your Instagram stories. You got to put it in your TikTok stories. You got to put it in. You got to text people like, yo, are you watching? Look at what she said. Look at what you got to give them a time code. You know what I'm saying? Yo, go to 1348 and look what you got to do it. Okay. What's up with Z? So I this week was filming a sort of commercial, actually, like a sketch commercial for a makeup brand, and Milani is the makeup brand, and it was a wonderful shoot. And I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I have like a lot of scars on my legs, like a lot of scars on my legs. And you may not know it because I am never showing my legs, like, in public. It's rare. Like, obviously, if you my friends, if you my love interest, if you are in my life in a true capacity at all, then of course like even what happened, what is the cause of the scars. And I feel like I've talked about it on different platforms before, but and in interviews. But people rarely see my legs. And so when I go to the fitting at the beginning of the week, I went to the fitting and everything is like a short skirt. And my managers did give them a note, like, before I got to the fitting, like a week or two ago, like, hey, just a heads up, Zainab has, scarring on her legs and just be aware of that, if you want to dress around it or if you want to, whatever. And so they knew it. And so I still walked in and was like, and it was like everything short, booty popping out. And they had a few boot options, and they had most of my outfits had tights. I was wearing tights. Thank God, because it was freezing. Even if I had no scars, the tights were definitely a necessity because it's cold. It was cold and raining. But normally I can have like a internal breakdown directly relating to my insecurities that come from the scarring on my legs, right? And there's like levels to the insecurities because it's like, one, it's like I had to kind of like accept the new normal, right? It's like I was a, teenager and a young woman, and then this tragic thing happened to me. And thank God, thank Allah, I'm alive, right? And still have both of my legs. But it still was, I had to, at a very defining time in my like young adulthood, right? And my in me growing into who I am, had to like accept a new normal, right? And associated with that new normal was a lot of guilt. Like, what had I done wrong to deserve this, right? And so when I look at my legs, I feel two things all the time. I feel a very deep sense of gratitude to still be here, and to have survived and to be like thriving, really, despite this tragic incident in my life. But I also feel a bit of shame when I look at them. Like, I recognize that they're testimony, but it's also like it feels I was about to say like a scarlet letter, but if you've ever read the book Scarlet Letter, it's like, of course, I don't feel like shame surrounding sex or bad behavior in that way, but it's just like a reminder that I have been changed, you know, in a way that I wouldn't necessarily have chosen. And then on top of that, I feel sometimes, y'all really getting into, I feel sometimes fraudulent because I feel like people do celebrate my aesthetic, and I always feel like there's this like part of me that is always hidden. And like, would people celebrate my aesthetic if I was constantly showing that part of me? So sometimes I do feel a bit fraudulent, you know, and like always like oscillating between like the gratitude and the fraudulence is, you know, and the insecurity of it all. It can be very hard for me. And at this point in my life, I was actually talking to my friend Sydney Washington today, and she was like, but friend, she was like, but these are your forever legs. She was like, and it's been like a long time, right? You know how when your friends are comforting you, but they're also like really, really like softly giving you perspective. Like, but it's been like a minute, right? Like this didn't happen like 2 years ago, right? Like it's been like a minute, right? And I said, when she said it, I said, yeah, it actually has. I said, now that you've said it, I've actually had these scarred legs longer than I had not scarred legs, you know? Anyway, it still is, while I have gotten so much further than I was at first. And let me tell you something, it's so weird because I remember like when I was first healing, I just kept going outside with like short skirts and purposely. Like I didn't even need to wear shorts. Like it was not modest at all. But I would go out with skirts showing my scars. Like, cause I was like, yep, this is who I am now. And then I just remember this. I was on a train in New York, and this one little kid, this little girl, she just was staring like she could not stop staring. And I felt so naked. I felt so exposed. And then after that, I was like, oh no, this is only like, this is like you are in my inner circle. When you know this about me, when you see this, when I'm comfortable just being around you and I don't think about this, like you are my inner circle, right? So I'm on set and I'm on set with really nice strangers, you know, like I'm working with them for a couple of days, but essentially they're strangers. And then it's like a beauty brand. And so I'm like, so I go to the fitting and I try on the stuff, and you could tell right there. It's like, no, it ain't nothing on the rack. It ain't a pant on the rack for me. Okay. And then I could tell right there that they settled, that the, you know, executives had settled on the look that they wanted. And I was like, damn, how am I going to do this? And then something came over me like, yo, these is your legs. It just is what it is. And not like, and so now I don't have any insecurity, but like, what you going to do? What you going to do? And it's so crazy how harsh we are to ourselves, because if I were not me, I would smother the girl with scars. I would smother her with love and confidence and affirmations, and I would smother her with it. But like, we're not that kind to ourselves, you know? Anyway, so I just was like, you know what? I mean, it is what it is. If they want to fire me from this job, you know, because of this, then it is, I guess this is God's plan. yo, this got to be God's plan because I'm still here and I got these scars. So this got to be God's plan. Now I get on set the next day and I change into the wardrobe, and I did have moments in a day where, like, you know, it's like I have to do certain things in the scene, and I'm just thinking, like, is everybody staring at and I had on tights, you guys. I had on like stockings, but I'm like, is everybody staring at my scars? Is everybody staring at my legs? Oh my God, can they notice every time I move? Can they, like, what shot is the camera getting, et cetera, right? A few moments, just a few moments. But the other part of my day was I was having a blast. I was performing the shit out of the lines that I had. I was like showing up, giving them options, playing around, being funny, like commanding the space. And then when I got home, actually before I got home, I was the car was taking me home, and I was like, I was so grateful because I was like, that wasn't that bad. It actually wasn't bad at all. Like, I was gonna say, am I perfect? No, but like, it was amazing. Everybody on set was like so supportive. And I don't mean supportive like people was coming up to me like, it's okay, we got your back. I'm talking about, let me just tell you something. I ain't even feel any sort of discomfort from anybody else. Like, it was all me. And they took care of me on that set. Like, they really was like, what you want, what you need. Your rep sent this over. We got everything that your rep sent over that you need to have, that you want. We got every dietary restriction. We got every blah, 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 blah. And I was just heading home, and I was like, just like, you know, like, thank God, like, alhamdulillah, because it really just was quite wonderful. And it doesn't change anything else. Like, I still have skin where you can't even see a pore. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying that, but that's like shallow shit. Like, I mean, I really showed up in the space and did the job that they hired me to do. You know what I'm saying? Like effortlessly, joyfully, and, you know, like in my special way. And so I'm telling y'all that to say that as much as I was also busy, I can get tired, like, emotionally too, because I may be like dealing with things that I'm not, that you can't necessarily like see on me. But I don't know. I just felt like that was a win. I felt like that was a win. You know, it was like I started off having like very anxious and unreasonable conversations with myself in my head and being really unkind. And then by the end of it, I was like, yo, you the shit. That's why all the gay girls like you. No, I'm kidding. Stop a lot. To me, not to the gay girls. Anywho, that's what's up with me. And so, yeah, I was filming. And so that's why I could not get you guys an episode. I forgot because time caught up to me. I was in Pittsburgh. I flew back to Pittsburgh on Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday. And my friend was like, I had plans to go to friends' houses and be festive. And as soon as I was on a plane, I was like, oh, shoot, I got a bunch of box braids and they trying to put a lace, you know, like they trying to glue a wig on me. I got to take these braids out, wash my hair, and get cornrows. So that's the reason why I couldn't do the weekend live. And y'all was like, girl, just take your braids out on camera. Not me, friend. Not me, friend. Cause I know when I be talking to y'all, it just feel like it's me and y'all, right? But no, this is out for the public at any time, right? And so it's gonna be the biggest career in my life. It's gonna be when they cast me as Storm in Marvel. And then they're going to be like, oh, but look at her taking her braids out on. And I know y'all like, so what? That's what we do. Not me, though. It's fine. Y'all just had to miss the weekend live. But I appreciate y'all wanting to be there. and then every day was filming until now. Like literally, this was my first free moment. And so we here. That's what's up with Z. I'm happy to be here with you guys today. Let's get into Z main topics. Kendrick's performance. I was eating chocolate covered almonds, so I hope it's no stuff in my teeth. Sometimes you got to pop out and show. Sometimes you got to pop out and show. Kendrick's Super Bowl halftime performance. I loved it. I know people going back and forth. They hated it. They loved it. I loved it. I really would love to meet Kendrick Lamar. I really would love to work with Kendrick Lamar. I don't know how. And here's the thing. Kendrick is a short king. Kendrick, I'm sure, comes up to my hip. Don't let me have on a heel. So, sometimes when I be working with Kevin Hart and I have on heels, it be blowing my mind. I be like, that's how are you that far away from me vertically? That's crazy. And he be coming up to like, God damn, do you have to put on heels? And I be like, it's crazy. They knew that you and I was going to be in this scene together. And the fact that wardrobe chose to put me in a heel and keep you in a flat, it's crazy. It's crazy. So I feel like Kendrick would be the same way, but he's very interesting to me. Anyway, I loved it. It actually exceeded my expectations, you guys. It exceeded my expectations, but I am a person that loves a bit of medicine in my candy, okay? I do recognize the irony because I'm about to break this Super Bowl performance down, and I do recognize the irony of a couple of weeks ago, me getting an Ask Z with the request of me breaking down Beyonce's Cowboy Carter performance. And I was like, no, I just watched it and I just loved it. I just felt joy. I don't be breaking stuff down. I don't be looking for symbols and talk about it. And I'm about to do that very thing right now, sort of. So I recognize the irony, but here I go. Okay, so let's start from the opening, the tic-tac-toe board. So tic-tac-toe is seemingly an easy game to play, right? And I think that was the point. It's like, okay, this is a game, right? Like rap is a game. It's the rap game. Life is a game. This is all like a game where you can be losing, a game that can feel miserable, a game that can feel like you always gonna be the winner, a game where you make a lot of money, a game where you lose. But nevertheless, it's like a game. And I don't mean like, so we all playing, but like, what is there to every single game? Rules, right? There's rules to playing. And I just felt like it was really interesting that he used the tic-tac-toe board because tic-tac-toe is a seemingly easy game, but every single person has played tic-tac-toe with a person that they are constantly losing to. And then you be thinking like, well, I'm losing because they going first. They got the advantage. And then so you go first and you still lose, right? And you like, how do I keep losing what seems to be a very easy game? Then we see Samuel L. Jackson, who's playing Uncle Sam. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, they could have stopped the performance right there. The moment Samuel L. Jackson came out there with that Uncle Sam outfit on and that freaking goddamn Captain America sort of suit on, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't Captain America, but it was the Uncle Sam get up. The moment he came out and was like, I'm your Uncle Sam, they could have stopped it right there. I would have completely accepted if Kendrick was like, and now the next 12 minutes are going to be black because this is what I want to give to you guys, nothing. You know, in protest, people be putting a black square on Instagram. If Kendrick would have just if he would have just let the screen go black for 12 minutes, yep, this is my contribution, nothing, I would have been okay. Samuel L., black. Samuel L., Uncle Sam, black screen, 12 minutes. And then 2 seconds at the end, The reason why I really loved, I don't even know who else could have done it. You know, like I don't know. Samuel L. Jackson is so perfect because he is a really respectable public figure. He ain't never caught up in nothing. Ain't nobody ever, you know, in terms of being like a black man in America, although Samuel L. Jackson is, I'm sure, very wealthy at this point and lives a cushy life. You know, he'd be like, I wake up real early and I go golfing. Ain't that what he say all the time? I be up at 5 o'clock in the morning, I go golfing, and then I go to the set, and that's my life. And I kiss my wife, and that's my life. And people be like, why you work so much? And Samuel L. said, so I don't smoke crack. It was like, why do you work so much? You are always working. He said, oh yeah, because I don't want to smoke crack no more. So Samuel L. Jackson was the perfect person. Yeah, we have, like, of course, respectable black men that are also as famous: Denzel Washington, Lawrence Fishburne, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But Samuel L. Jackson, the way he's also played these characters where he is like the strong black man, the black man seeking justice, but also the Sambo ass character. So I just thought he was perfect. And then when he said uncle, you see, there was like a beat when he could have said, and I'm Uncle Sam, but he waited. He said, and I'm your uncle. And uncle is like a familial, that's like a term of like familial endearment, right? Your uncle is supposed to guard you. Your uncle takes care of you. Your uncle is there in the event that your father isn't. Your uncle is your father or your mother's brother. Your uncle is your elder, right? But then when he dropped that Sam in there, I said, hear this bum ass America go. You know what I'm saying? Because Uncle Sam is, you know, basically the representation of America as a whole. And so it's like, hear this America come messing up the park. Here he come. You seen America? No, I'm good on America. I don't need to see America for like 4 days. Also, and I feel like this is for everybody, but when I think of Uncle Sam, I do not think like patriotism. I don't think like, woohoo, America. I be thinking like you're taking too much money out of my taxes. I be thinking like, Uncle Sam, you a cold-hearted bastard, Uncle Sam. You cold. I'm about to say you're a cold piece of work. I think that's Tony Baker's. I think that's the Tony Baker comedy. I think you a cold piece of work. I think. And Samuel L. Jackson says, as Uncle Sam, he says, and this is the great American game. And we see Kendrick. We see Kendrick on the top of a 1987 Buick GNX. Buick is a very American brand. Kendrick was born in 1987. And I do know this. The GNX car, the Buick GNX, it came out in 1987. Now, what I did not know, but maybe you guys knew this, is GNX stands for Grand National Experiment and was supposed to be Buick's version of like the Ferrari. Kendrick was dressed essentially like in American flag colors. He had on red, white, and blue, but black t-shirt. He could have had on a white t-shirt, but he had on a black t-shirt. And he was rapping lyrics that were unfamiliar to us all. For now, apparently it's a little snippet on a song that's going to come out, but unfamiliar to us all. And right there, rebellion number one. I'm not giving you commercial hits. I'm not giving you what you want or what you know. I'm doing what I want. I'm doing what feels good to me, and I'm going to present the message that I want to present. I am going to present the message that I feel crucially needs to be relayed. I know what you want to hear. I know. And you know, a lot of people was like, oh, he should have did this song. You could just go back and watch. First of all, remember, Kendrick performed certain songs at the Super Bowl a couple of years ago when he was a part of the whole Dr. Dre performance. So it's like he ain't really got to perform those songs over again. Just play the tape. It's on the internet. Just go back there and watch that. If you want to see, if you want to see, what's the other song that he did on the Grammys where he came out in shackles? It's like people was acting like you don't know what you gonna get from Kendrick. You know what you getting from Kendrick. K. Dot, Cowboy Kenny. You know what you getting from Kendrick, Mr. Lamar. Anywho. Then the beat drops. The beat drops and we hear squabble up. The beat drops, we hear squabble up. We hear squabble up. And then a bunch of performers, at first mostly male, all male, black male. I'm saying males because I don't want to say boys or men, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't know what their ages were. They were of different age, they're probably younger because they dancers. But in red, white, and blue, like monochromatic, all red, all white, all blue, hopping out the car. And then female dancers, same, monochromatic, all red outfits. And it's a lot of them, almost like, think about a clown car. How many clowns? That's what they do at the circus, right? It'd be a little car and a bunch of clowns get out the car. I think there's also something, now this is me really putting 20 on 10, but I did think about this. Kendrick Lamar he's really been propping up like Compton. He's really been propping up South Los Angeles, right? And I think that what shouldn't be ignored in relation to the Black American experience in South LA, in South Central LA, right, is their proximity to our Mexican hermanos and hermanos y hermanas. And so I always think too, like I feel like there is a sort of like Mexican trope where you'll see there'll be like a lot of Mexicans coming out of one car, And so I wasn't sure if there was symbolism there, I wasn't, like I said, I might be putting 20 on 10. So I'll accept that if I am, but I know that did just like I was thinking of every possible time I see a lot of people getting out of one car, like that, the symbol of that. Anywho, so they all hop out this GNX. It's mad at them, like so many hop out this GNX, and they keep hopping out the GNX. And Kendrick says, "You picked the right time, but the wrong guy." Yo, we could stop right here. Black Square. I don't got to do no more. You picked the right time, but the wrong guy. And then Squabble Up drops. Sorry. Then Squabble Up drops. And you know what I liked about them in Squabble Up? So they all in formation, right? Like they about to fight, right? And I felt like Squabble Up wasn't like just like you want to fight or like meaning like anybody saying it to their opposition, right? Or even Kendrick saying it like directly to Drake. Like it's not as small as that. It's like, yo, you see what's happening in the world? Yo, we about to have to fight. And I don't mean I'm about to have to fight you, but I mean like we are about to have to fight for what is right, because there is what is right and there is what is not right. And in order for what is right and what is righteous to prevail, it's going to take fight. So squabble up. Squabble up. Then Uncle Sam comes back and he comes back on and he's saying, no, it's too reckless. It's too ghetto. And I love that. And let me tell you why I love that. Because Kendrick already know what they're going to say. He knows what it's going to. When Beyonce did Formation, oh, she was too black. when J-Lo and Shakira came up doing what they do, doing what they are famous for, shaking their hips. Oh, this is too sexual. The most FCC complaints ever for a TV program. So Kendrick know what y'all about to say. It's about to be a whole bunch of complaints fueled in racism. So guess what? He's saying it. He's calling it out. He's calling it out. He's letting Uncle Sam, Samuel L. Jackson, be America. And what America going to say? What they saying? Just go on your timeline. People have been talking about his set list. People have been talking about his set list and how they would have arranged it and what would have made it better. And he should have brought out Prince and MJ. He should have brought out Jesus and Muhammad. He should have brought out Malcolm and Martin. He should have brought out Elvis and whoever his counterpart is. Like, yo, when you perform at the Super Bowl, then you put your set list together. This was the most discussed set list ever of the artists that I have tuned in for. I don't remember anybody saying, Bruno Mars should have did this song. Usher should have did this song. I do remember people saying Usher's it was too quick. Everything was, but that was his choice. Usher said, I got so many hits. I don't even know how to choose the hits. I got so many hits. I got to give y'all 2 seconds of each hit. Kendrick Lamar said, I got hits and I don't even care. Because I have a message. and as I said 32 seconds ago, you picked the right time, but the wrong guy. Because I got hits, but I have a message. And you going to get this message. Samuel Jackson as Uncle Sam is like, do you even know how to play the game? Obviously, I'm not showing y'all clips because I ain't trying to have them take this video down. So I'm just narrating it. But y'all saw it. Uncle Sam is like, do you even know how to play the game? And I really love that line. I really love that line because, as I said earlier, it's all a game. It's the game of life. And it's the game of... It's like the game of life, and then there's all these subsidiary games, the game of whatever your specific career is, whatever your specific, employment situation is, whatever your specific it's all a game. And throughout the game, we gonna win, we gonna lose. You could quit, you could lie, you could steal, you can... you can do tricks, but it's like a game. And do you know you playing a game? That's I don't want to say it's cliche advice, but I do give that advice a lot to people when they come to me with a problem, especially when it has to do with entertainment or comedy or anything. I'd be like, yo, you know the game and you know it's rigged and you know it's not rigged in your favor. So you either know that and be like, all right, well, fuck it. If this is a game that I don't believe that I can win at in any way, I'm going to get out the game. Or you know that and you operate knowing that. Right? Most people, when playing poker, if you know what's in your opponent's hands, then you use that to your advantage. You know the rules of the game. And you know what your opponent is working with. And so you can either choose to ignore that, you can choose to leave the game, or you can choose to use that knowledge and manipulate that knowledge to your benefit in the best way that you know possible. Uncle Sam said, do you even know how to play the game? Then Kendrick was like, humble. Be humble. He dropped Humble. That was the next song. Which I just thought was perfect placing. Because because it's like, do you even know how to play the game, right? The game is that, first of all, as he drops humble, he's standing in the middle of all of these black boys in red, white, and blue, and they representing the flag, right? The way that they are arranged on the field, you see it from the top, you can see they are clearly the American flag, right? And I just really, really loved that it was the men specifically. And the dance moves that they were doing were like illustrations of like black male poses, like they was like it was it wasn't like the traditional like dance choreography. It was very much like personification of like isms, and I just thought that it was so beautiful. But it's like, yeah, that's the game. You could be a black man in America. You could even be a successful black man in America, but be humble. Sit down. Know that everything you got is because we've allowed you to have it. Be humble. Sit down. Be humble. Sit down. If Uncle Sam said, you know how to play the game. They want you to be humble and sit your ass down if you black or any marginalized, but definitely black. I know a lot of times we make room as black Americans, we really do make space for all of our other POCs, marginalized communities. We be making space, the disabled, the queer, everybody. We make space. But, yo, you tack on black to any one of those other diverse makeups. Oh, you disabled? Oh, you black and disabled? Oh, you queer? Oh, you black and queer? Oh, you trans? Oh, you black and trans? Oh, you a woman? Oh, you a black woman? Oh, you poor? Oh, you black and poor? That's why I be having to point out, like, sometimes when I'm like, cause I'm a reasonable person. So the part of me that's so empathetic, that's like, yeah, but I know this is not limited to us, but I know we are at the very core of it. So if you want to play this game, you better be humble and sit your ass down as a black person in America. And black includes everybody. That's not like a legit, like a straight white guy. And if you a straight white guy and you listening and watching this and you feel offended by that, then are you? Come on. Be humble, sit your ass down, or just get out of the room. And the way they marched, the way they were marching like they were soldiers, it was just like, yeah, we know how to do this American shit. We know how to do it better than anybody. But we gonna act like we don't. Because every time we let y'all know we know how to do some shit, you get scared. You get threatened. So you know what? We marching in place, perfectly in place. Perfectly in place. While Kung Fu Kenny over here is saying, be humble, sit down. Then you hear what sounds like an Uzi, an automatic gun, and then they all scatter. And what happens in the hood? What happens in the hood when you just on the block, you on your stoop, you on your corner, you outside of the store, you at the bus stop waiting waiting with your friends, and then what you hear, gunshots, what do everybody do? They scatter, they run. And so I felt like it was that. It was like, this is... And then we transition from be humble to DNA. I got loyalty and royalty inside my DNA. I have loyalty and royalty inside my DNA. I'm going to say it one more time. I have loyalty and royalty inside my DNA, inside of my genetic makeup, there's royalty. So I don't care what you say, because you know how there's like chromosomes to say whether I'm male, female. There's chromosomes to say whether where my eyes is supposed to be located, or the color, how much melanin is. You know how there's, yeah, it's royalty inside there too. Then no matter what you could do, what you do, how much you try to humble me, I got loyalty and royalty inside my DNA. I'm like, I know y'all want to hear the radio hits. I know, but if you just relax and just like open yourself up to get this message that our short king is bringing us on this good Sunday. It's like you want me to be humble and sit down, but I am literal royalty. Which is why I address my man as king and my woman as queen, because I am like legit royalty. Even when I am humble, and even if I am sitting down, even if I have been sat down, I am loyalty and royalty inside my DNA. Sidebar. And this just might be what I saw, but I felt like, again, I might be putting 20 on 10, but this resonated with me if it is true. Whenever you saw like the aerial shots, right, of the full thing, it looked almost like, it looked like gray. And I was reading online and people were like, oh, it was like reminiscent of like a video game. But I really didn't see that. I felt like it was like simultaneously like a neighborhood, like concrete, almost like basketball court. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if you've been in any sort of like inner city in America, there's like these courts, you know, these concrete courts. And I felt like it was reminiscent of like it simultaneously looked like that, but also kind of like a prison yard, you know, like, and I just, which is, yo, you a black man in America. What you going to the NBA or jail? And y'all wanted radio hits. And I love Lil Wayne, but I'm just mad he could have brought out Wayne. What do y'all be talking about? Not y'all, because you know, my folks, y'all reasonable. Even if you personally didn't like it, which is totally reasonable, you know, it's like this is opinion, you know, this is opinion based. This is not like right or wrong. This is just opinion. So now it was at this point, right? I got loyalty and royalty inside my DNA. It's at this point that I'm sure, because this is where he's running towards the camera, right? I am sure it was at this point that everybody watching at home was like, okay, Kendrick with the jeans. Let me find out I need to add some flare jeans to my online shopping cart. Now, I noticed the jeans from the very top of the show when he was leaning down, when he was squatted down on that GNX. And I said, look at those jeans. And look at him in those jeans. Okay, Mr. Lamar. But then when he was running towards the camera while singing DNA, I said, okay, legs. Okay, Kung Fu Kenny thighs. Like, it was just enough thigh to be like, ooh, Kendrick. But not too much thigh. You know, there's like, and forgive me, guys, if you feel straight guys, like heterosexual guys, if this offends you, I'm so sorry. But there's like the right amount of thigh where we're like, okay, thigh. And then there's like too much thigh. It's like, he got my mama's thighs. Kung Fu Theny, thigh. That's me saying Kenny and thigh. Them jeans. In them jeans. Who sang that? Kendrick was looking all of 5'5" though. But I know it's because, whatever. I'll allow it because the jeans was fitting right. The jeans was very simple, but like, okay, good sir. Okay, my good vertically challenged sir. Kendrick said, I might be 5'5", but my words are 6'7". And I hear you, Mr. Lamar. Okay, back to DNA. Like if you don't know Kendrick's music, then this might have been hard for you. Like if you aren't like a big fan of his and you're not like you may know of him, but you're not really familiar with like the lyrics, then you probably aren't going to be able to have like the appreciation, for the very specific messaging. But somebody like me, who I be listening to Kendrick's music over and over and over and over, like his bodies of work, because I really be into the words. He got a lot of good beats, which is I think that's the reason why I'm not comparing the two at all. But like in terms of like if Kendrick is like our today version of Nas, I always had a hard time getting into Nas, even being like a New Yorker, as much as I'm not from Queens, never really go to Queens, but I always had a hard time with Nas because I never felt like he chose the right beats. I think it's my thing with Rhapsody. I be like, girl, you clearly are an exceptional rapper. You clearly you have way better messaging than any other female rapper out. Besides like Lady London, I feel like Lady London does great messaging as well. But like y'all not talking like most female rappers, unfortunately, the ones that I hear, it'd be like, I'm gonna take your man, I'm gonna do it to your man, I make more money than you, you wish your ass was fat like mine, you wish your vagina was as juicy as mine. Like that'd be like the lyrics. Every single one of them. But the beat be hitting. And so you like, get it sexy, I know you think that it's super, get it sexy. But then when you listen to the words, when you listen to the words and the skill, you like, wait, what? Meanwhile, Rhapsody over there giving you everything you need, but the beat just don't be hitting. And I'd be like, can she not get the beats, or is she not choosing the beats? I used to feel that way about Nas too. But Kendrick, I feel like he be having the beats. He be having the words and the messages and the beats and the jeans and the beats. He chose very specific parts of the word. Like even in DNA, he ain't sing the whole song, but he jumped ahead and said, I know murder, conviction, burners, boosters, burglars, ballers, dead, redemption, scholars, fathers, dead with kids. And I wish I was fed forgiveness. I'm going to slow that down. I know murder, conviction, burners, boosters, burglars, ballers, dead, redemption, scholars, fathers, dead with kids, and I wish I was fed forgiveness. You hear that? You hear that, especially at a time, in the time in which we are living in, a time where we witnessing a straight up oligarchy. If you want to hear a bunch of terms with the definition, y'all got to go listen to Bernie Sanders. It's like a 20-minute video on him addressing Trump in the Senate. And Bernie Sanders gave us every single word. And if you did not know the definition of the word, he's like, an oligarchy. And then he going to tell you the definition. And then he got another term. And then he going to tell you a definition. And I really appreciate it. I was listening to it one morning, jumping rope. And I said, why he using, see, this is the problem with the Democrats. It's like they beat the messaging. It's like don't speak above. Bernie Sanders said, oh no, I got the word and I'm going to give you the definition after I say each word. If I remember, I might not remember. I was going to say, I'm going to include the link to the video, but y'all can just search it. You search Bernie Sanders talking to Trump or something like that. It'll be like the first video that comes up on YouTube. Anyway, y'all hear that? Y'all hear, I know murder, conviction, burners, boosters, burglars, ballers, dead, redemption, scholars, fathers dead with kids, and I wish I was fed, forgiven. Like, you hear that? Today, while we're witnessing, as I said, truly witnessing right in front of our eyes, an oligarchy, Elon Musk's son, in the Oval Office, picking his nose. Groceries that are already sky high, unaffordable for a lot of people, just going up. Communities around the world being neglected, in need, being severely neglected. While, as Bernie Sanders said, somebody becomes $230 billion richer within a matter of 2 weeks. We living in that. And y'all like, but I don't want to hear that. I just want to dance. I just want to dance and have fun. It's a Super Bowl. I just want to dance and have fun. Nobody want to hear that message? It's the right time, but the wrong guy. Then there was lights in the crowd, right? There was lights that said, warning, wrong way. Warning, wrong way. Remember Uncle Sam, Samuel Jackson? Remember Uncle Sam? He had just posed the question, do you know how to play the game? Do you know how to play the game? Kendrick is like, yeah, I know how to play the game. I know you want me to stop, but I ain't going to stop. I ain't going to stop because the revolution must be televised. And I ain't saying like, it'll never just be one thing unless a nice little, bomb hit this planet and just blow us all up and we just get to start, the new people get to start over. It's never going to just be one thing. It's a culmination of things. And I do believe that his performance, Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl performance, I believe that it was one of them. It was one of the things in the conversation, like necessary. He's saying, yeah, I know you telling me to stop. I know you saying I'm going the wrong way because I ain't doing the commercial shit, because I'm saying all the shit I ain't supposed to say, because I ain't got naked girls out here dancing and twerking, because I ain't got, you know what I'm saying? Because I ain't featuring your favorite rap, I ain't doing your favorite commercial hits, but I'm going to keep going because I know you think this is the wrong way, but I know this is the right way. Squabble up. Then he goes to Euphoria. I don't know if I've said this before. I know I said it on stage. I specifically remember saying it on stage when I was performing at the Brea Improv. Euphoria is one of my favorites. Of this entire beef, the music that came out of the beef between Kendrick Lamar and Drake. Aubrey Drake Graham. Euphoria is one of my favorites lyrically, and first of all, he does so many different flows, but lyrically, I never understood when Kendrick said, so don't tell no lies about me and I won't tell truths about you. I think that if I was battling somebody and that line dropped, so don't tell no lies about me and I won't tell truths about you, I think I would have been like, oh, wait, I thought we was playing. Oh, my bad. I'm gonna get up out of here. Yeah. Now I'll hit you for the next collab if you interested. I'm gonna think of some deep shit and then get back to you. I'm gonna get up out of here because I'm sorry. I thought we was playing. And then it would just ring in my head. Don't tell no lies about me. I won't tell no truths about you. Like that's when I would have got up out of there. My favorite part of that song is I believe when you stand next to sexy red. No, when you stand next to sexy red, I believe you see two bad bitches. You might pop ass with them. That's my favorite. It's my favorite. I love Euphoria. I just love Euphoria. I I really enjoyed. I ain't even gonna lie. I enjoyed some of the Drake music that came out of it, but I loved Euphoria. Then from Euphoria, he goes into I Deserve It All. I deserve it all. I deserve. I think that's the name of the song. I deserve it all. But it actually starts like with, so you see the view from the top, right? And again, it's kind of like this concrete, like playground or whatever. And it's one of the black male dancers. He's laying on top of the light post, right? Not only is he laying on top of the light post on his back, but his leg is hanging off. And so for me, I distinctly saw his sneaker, right? And I felt like that was sort of like symbolizing, if you go to, again, I don't know how it is in other parts of the world, but definitely most hoods in America, if you look up at a light post, you're going to see somewhere in that hood, you're going to see sneakers hanging from the light post. And I think like, yeah, it can be a sign of like, maybe somebody was there to do it. But I always thought it was like kind of like a memorial, like, maybe those are the sneakers of someone that passed, or is symbolizing, because the sneakers stay there. If it was just like, I threw some sneakers up there and these are some cool ass sneakers, it's like, ain't nobody going to go up and get the sneakers. You get what I'm saying? But the sneakers are left there because I always thought that it was a memorial to that. So I thought that that's what the guys that they had kind of laying on those light poles, I thought that that's what that like symbolized. And then the dancers, then they go down. So below the light post, it's like, then it's Kendrick Lamar. He's surrounded by all the dancers, a couple of male dancers. And it's feeling very doo-wop-y. You get what I'm saying? You don't hear like a beat. You don't hear like, like a stereo beat or anything. You just really hear like them, like. And I don't know if you guys noticed, all the dancers had gold grills in their mouth. So they like, and again, I might be putting 20 on 10, but I immediately think of like minstrel shows, right? Because if you take away the beat and it's just people snapping, that takes me to a different time, right? This ain't the doo-wop time, right? That's a time of the past, right? And as much as it's not the same time as like a minstrel show, it's still like, okay, we going back to another time, right? I'm taking you through history, the history of the black experience, the black male experience, but the black experience in America, I'm taking you through the history of it. And I'm showing you my grills because every time, this is how we show that we got something, that we belong, that we got a certain level of success, that we're cool, that we're whatever, that our teeth got knocked out in this fight or this whatever, but I got my grills. But also when you think of like minstrel shows, that's how they it was always like, that big wide smile, right? Minstrel shows ain't never like a smirk, right? It's always like, and so they was like, and I just thought that was, listen, y'all, I was deep in it. Every time something new happened, I said, not the grills. I was too hyped. It was just me and my friend in my house. She did not help me take out a single braid. I just want that to be known. She sat there and she did not, and we watched the Super Bowl and I took out braids and we ordered Thai food. And she did not even say, you want me to come over there and help? No, she didn't even look in my direction. At one point, I had to get up to grab the comb because I don't know where I put the comb. She never even was like, you want me to grab the comb for you? Oh, it's over there. No. Then Uncle Sam comes back and let me see, how long we been taping? Damn. Oh, yeah, we definitely not about to get to Onaja or anything else for that matter. We're going to get to that Ask Z. But, oh, my God, I've been on here too long. So then we get to Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam comes back and then he says, oh, you think you deserve something? Scorekeeper, deduct 1 life. Not 1 point, 1 life. This game could cost you your life. Then they in the tic-tac-toe, right? Then they in the X part of the tic-tac-toe, right? And he does the song Peekaboo. But from the camera above, when they get that shot, at first you inside and it just feels like, it almost feels like a house of, not a house of mirrors, but it just has that effect like you, like coming at you from all angles, from all corners, like some people coming at you, right? And then you see it from above and it looks like just a red X. And I always, when I see like a red X from above, that to me like signifies like Target and not the chain that, you know, we're boycotting. I ain't been to a Target in like 2 weeks. When the last time I spoke to y'all? I ain't been to Target in 2 weeks. And let me just tell you what, I be going to Target every day. I ain't been to Target in 2 weeks. I remember Target representatives was at one of my comedy shows in like DC or something, because I used to do a whole bid. Oh my God, Target, my baby Target. And they was like, we got to get you. What you want to sell, we'll get it in Target. What you want to do, we'll get it in Target. We gotta make you, like, we gotta partner you with Target. I ain't been to Target in 2 weeks. 2 weeks. I bought Trader Joe's toilet paper instead of my Charmin. Sometimes you got to pop out and show. Sometimes you got to stay in and show people. But it was like synonymous with a Target, like X marks the spot. Does that make sense to you guys? Are you like, don't none of what you saying make sense, girl? Get to the Ask Z. Oh my God. Oh my God. First of all, okay. That is not very reasonable. Then he goes over to the ladies. The ladies, they're now dressed in, I think, all white. They're no longer in all red. And let me tell you, I don't know if they was changing on the side or if they just had on some sort of fabric that was able to take on a different color. Like, I have no idea. But they was in all white instead of all red now. And they was singing along like background singers. You know, like they said, like almost like an In Vogue type, like, yes, can, or like Ray Charles's background singers, you know? And then he go like, he said, you know, they tease not like us. He said, you know, I want to perform their favorite song. I want to perform everybody's favorite song. But you know, they like to sue. And I know everybody was like, damn, he coming right at Drake. He was talking directly to Drake, but I also think he was talking Black America to white America. I'm going to tell you why. This is a human trait. A lot of people do this, regardless of your ethnic makeup, socioeconomic, that wherever you come from in the world, what your experiences are. A lot of people instigate and then they the villain and then they play victim. This is a human trait. But let me just tell you who we got the most proof of doing it the most. My good whites, my good white friends, my good white people, we love you, but God damn it, y'all know how to be the villain and the victim. God darn it, y'all. Better than any other species on this planet that I am aware of, the whites, whew, y'all know how to be the villain and the victim. And a lot of people was like, you know what? That's enough. Okay. All right. He did it. He called it out. And not only did he call it out, but he's technically playing a game, right? They said he can't. That's what the chatter leading up to his Super Bowl performance was. Is he going to perform not like us? Oh, Drake is only doing this lawsuit so that he doesn't perform not like us. Oh, it's all these threats. They ain't going to let him. The Super Bowl, they're not going to let him do not like us. Then he moved on. He moved right on to SZA. They performed Luther. Luther and now, everybody is still in red, white, and blue, and it's all the female performers on stage with SZA, which I thought was a really nice touch. I thought it was it's like subtle. I don't know if you pay attention to like the dancers, and I don't mean the actual dance, but the actual casting. The actual casting, it's like, oh yeah, y'all was trying to get rid of DEI. Well, let me give you the most diversity, equity, and inclusion performance of all Super Bowl history. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then what the whites do online. There wasn't a white person in sight. What? Now, hold up a second. So are you saying you do want DEI? And that's exactly what I mean. You cannot be the villain and the victim. You cannot be the villain and a victim. I mean, you can. But then you're going to have to just accept that we ain't scared and we don't believe you. You need more people. I think he performed Luther specifically. I know that that's the song he has. That's one of the collabs he has with SZA. But I think, and I know that this is just a preview to their tour, right? But I think he performed Luther first specifically, beyond it being like a great song and like a really kind of wishful song, right? Like, it's like, this is what I'm going to do for you. I don't care what's happening. I'm going to do this for you, right? It's kind of a slow song. As much as SZA tried to give us the shimmy, you know what I'm saying? The shimmy and like the half split, you know what I'm saying? It's still like a pretty slow song for the Super Bowl, although like part of me don't believe that because it's like diamonds and pearls, right? Ain't nobody have no problem with Prince singing a slow song at the, and I give you, I mean, it was phenomenal. But it's like, wasn't nobody like, he just singing slow songs at the Super Bowl. But the moment Kendrick want to sing a slower tempo song, it's like, we were supposed to be in there lit. I think the reason why they chose Luther is because if you believe Kendrick to be like our today version of Nas, then Luther is the today version of Nas and Lauryn Hill's If I Ruled the World. I free all my sons. I love them, baby. Black diamonds and pearls. SZA's outfits be so funny. It's like if Rough Riders was going to Coachella, and SZA, she sounded amazing. She sounded really clean, her vocals. SZA said, oh yeah, no, you want leather? No, I'll give you leather. You want all red leather? Yeah, I'll give you leather, but I'm going to have a shoelace on a pant, a ruffle, a fur, a lace, like I'm giving texture. Oh yeah, and I'm giving a 92-inch bust down, wavy, like matching red, because you said you wanted all red, right, from head to toe. Oh yeah, I got that. But just know it's going to be textured. Yeah, because I bring layers. Then he did All the Stars with SZA, which was off the Black Panther soundtrack, which he, I believe, executively directed that album. And as I said, SZA sounds all beautiful. And then Uncle Sam comes back. And he's like, this is what America wanted. Yeah, nice and calm. This is my Samuel L. impression. Nice and calm. He says, you almost there. Now don't mess this up. I think that might have been my favorite line that Samuel L. Jackson said. You almost there. Now don't mess this up. It made me think about, there's so many examples of that, right? Think about Boys in the Hood, right? What's his name? What was Morris Chestnut's name in Boys in the Hood? He almost got to college. But don't mess this up gang banging with your brother with old Doughboy's ass. I mean, he wasn't. He was just, eating Twinkies and doing scratch offs with a quart of milk and with a quart of milk in his hands. It's like, this is an interesting habit. But we see it. I hear that warning in people all the time. I remember when my friend said when Halle Bailey got pregnant, I remember my friend was like, why did she have to go mess up her life like that? She was almost there. She was about to be at the top of it. And I was like, what? Because this is a constant, or rather there is this idea, this constant idea of the proverbial finish line, right? We just got to get to the finish line and everything will be good. And then you become a billionaire and you still out here looking like Kanye. It's no finish line. There's no finish line. You do your best or you don't, and then we die. And then what happens? Not Like Us drops. Let me tell you, when he looked at the camera, say Drake. Say Drake. I hear you like I'm young. And just like anywhere you play that song, in any building, at any concert, the Grammys, the Super Bowl, everybody chimed in for A minor. And then there's this surprise appearance by Serena Williams. Serena Williams, she is off on the side, strategically and intentionally placed, and she is crip walking. And a guy made a video. This is like a sidebar. And then I gotta go. This is very long, but I was late, and so y'all can have more. This guy made this video. I'm not sure if you guys have seen it. I'm gonna post it. I'm gonna include it here.
They not like us. No. They not like us. What? They not like us. No. They not like us. No. They not like.
Not because I am trying to highlight the video, but just because I want you to see the disrespect. My friend sent it to me. My friend, who I love her, respect her, black woman, sent it to me. And at first, my response was, no, don't do Serena like that, right? That was my response. But then I went back and looked at the video again. And it's so egregious. It's so egregious. And I realized that in a matter of a few hours of it being posted, it had 1 million likes, not 1 million views, 1 million likes. And I said to my friend, I sent her a message. I said, the fact that it has 1 million likes is terrorism. That was my exact sentence in a DM. The fact that it has 1 million likes is terrorism. And then she says, a black woman, and I love to listen. My friend is very respectable, like, you know, but I'm just showing you sometimes the programming, we don't even realize where we having a misstep. She said, yeah, it got 1 million likes. It got 47 million views. This man making fun of unwarranted. Serena actually looked nice. Do she be killing it with the crip walking? No. But she don't be killing nothing really except tennis. That's it. That was her gift. She gave it to us. Royally. Loyally. In her DNA. Tennis. That's what she got. So if everything else ain't right, so what? Leave her alone. And she looked nice. On the scale of what Serena be looking like, she looked great. I think she on Ozempic or something. No shade, Serena. If you watching this, I know Venus, I think, be checking my stuff out sometimes. I'm a fan of you both. So I say that with no shade, but, you did drop that weight pretty quickly. And it's fine. It's fine. That's what Ozempic does. So, and people always coming at you. I'm talking right to Serena. But if you watching, girl, I get it. If people coming at you, if people are criticizing you and being so disrespectful to you specifically in regards to your aesthetic, I understand why you show up changing your aesthetic. How you supposed to love that when all you doing is getting hate? This girl made a video of that video, and the video is just playing in the background, and she is just reciting Malcolm X's quote, the most disrespected woman in America is a black woman. The most unprotected woman in America is the black woman. She's doing that. And I was like, you know what? We keep saying that, but actually there's an even lower tier. The most disrespected, the most unprotected person in America is not just the black woman. It is the undesirable black woman. That same setting, that same outfit, that same wig, that same crip walk, that same song. Oh, had it been Beyonce, Zendaya, insert any woman that we celebrate, any woman that we bow down to. Ain't nobody making that video of a fat ass man in his sloppy ass outfit with a big ass wig bouncing around. Terrorism. Then last but not least, Kendrick brought DJ Mustard out, which I saw he posted how amazing and humbling of an experience it was. And, they was like, yo, we out here repping Compton. You know what I'm saying? We shouting out New Orleans because we in New Orleans, but we repping Compton. What's up, everybody? My name is Kendrick Lamar, Kung Fu Kenny, K. Dot, and we come all the way from Compton, California. Yeah, where you from? And being a person not from Compton at all, I don't even know if I ever been to Compton. I think I've been to Compton one time to see a play. And when I realized I was going to Compton, I was like, hey, girl, where is this play? And why would you like me to be there? And then I got there, and it was at this Compton center, and it had all the history of like the riots and everything. I was so glad that I went. I said, how they not teaching this? How is this not a regular part of our education? Then it ends with him saying, turn his TV off, turn his TV off, turn his TV off. And you could take that two ways. It's like, again, he calling out what they going to be saying. Oh, shit. Oh, no, turn the TV off. We don't want to see this on our TVs. Not on our good American TVs while we watch good American football. Turn the TV off. Turn the TV off. It's a nigga doing nigga shit. Turn the TV off. Or you could take it as him saying like, yeah, and now I'm done. You could turn the TV off because there's nothing else for you to see. Turn the TV off. Turn the TV off. All that to say, I will most certainly be at Kendrick Lamar's GNX tour featuring SZA. I'm sure I'm gonna have to sit the Cowboy Carter tour out because the way I sat in that wait list for those tickets and the way they played with me, the way I only had 3,000 people ahead of me. And then when it was time for me to choose my seats and then they just sent me back to the queue, the way they was playing in our face, I said, you know what, Beyonce, I love you, girl. But I'm going to be over here in watching 16 Carriages from afar. I will be sitting in my Levi jeans. I'm probably not. I don't think I have some Levi. Do I? I'm not sure. It don't matter. Anyway, with all of this Kendrick success, I posed the question, do we feel bad for Drake? Is it reasonable for us as the viewing public to feel bad for Drake? Now, here's the thing. At the end of the show, when it said game over, because, as people were saying, it was like reminiscent of like a video game, and maybe it was a video game, but it started off with the tic-tac-toe board and Uncle Sam saying, Great American game. And in the end, it's like game over, right? I was like, okay, maybe like good. Now we're done. And not like I don't need to see it or hear it anymore. No, I'm here for it all. Cause beef or no beef, we got good music out of it. This is like good. I don't even got to think about Drake when I listen to these songs. This is good music. Good music. Good music. Hey. Hey. Anyway, ain't that Kendrick's? Ain't that the label that he was on? Was it not good music? Anyway, or is that, I don't know. I also think that like this could be a good moment for Drake because there's nothing wrong with a course correction, right? And I like Drake. You know, this did not make me dislike Drake. The things that I like about Drake, I still like about Drake. Drake has a really good music catalog, right? He got some easy hits. I know now Hotline Bling. Yo, we was all doing the dumb dance. That could only mean one thing. I remember Drake reposted me on Snapchat because I had said something about one of his albums. And I was like, Drake over here. Blah, 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 blah. And he just reposted me on Snapchat. And I said, that's so funny. Anyway, I was talking about the album, like giving my opinion of one of his albums, whatever. Like the one where he be sounding like he in Jamaica. And Drake is probably not a pedophile. I don't know. I don't know what nobody do. But he's probably not a pedophile. But it is a fact. You have had questionable relationships with women that are far too young for you to be trying to get close to so this is just a course correction. This ain't the end of your life or your music career, but there ain't nothing wrong with a course correction. And it can be hard to be corrected by an enemy, a peer, an authority, somebody that you help put on. That can be hard, but it's a correction nonetheless. It's okay. It is okay. Just go back and write some catchy, impactful songs. Be in love with a bunch of women. That's what Drake be doing. Drake be in love. He be doing all the women dirty, but he be having a broken heart. It's like crazy. It's like, wait a second. Wasn't you the fuckboy in the situation? How are you hurt? There goes that villain and that victim thing. Just when I wanted to feel bad for Drake. Just when I was like, okay, Kenny, enough is enough. Give the boy a chance to get up. Then Drake come out. Drake come out in his tour with fabricated bullet holes in his sweatshirt with smoke coming out. And I'm like, okay. You know what? The dramatics are killing me. The dramatics are killing me. They are killing me. As I said to you guys, it is my pet peeve. Pet peeve when you are the villain and the victim. You told Kendrick. You told him, drop down and give me 50 push-ups. You told him. And he not only gave you push-ups, he gave you 5 Grammys in a Super Bowl performance. Now you got bullet holes in your back. When is the new season of Degrassi? And as I said, I say that like in a good amount of Drake's music. Anyway, but Drake just seemed, you know what Drake seemed like? And I'm done after this. Drake seems like the boyfriend. Drake seemed like the boyfriend that will hurt you and you mad, but then make you feel bad about it. So now you in the kitchen cooking him up some oxtails and you like, wait a minute, wasn't I the one that got stood up? Why am I over here making rice and peas for him? Didn't you do me wrong? Anywho, not gonna talk about that's it, y'all. That's it for the Super Bowl. That's my 2 cents. It really was like 22 cents, right? I'm not gonna get to Onaja for president. Maybe I'll talk about that on a Weekend Live. Are we done with Onaja? I don't know. I'm definitely getting an Onaja t-shirt, and I'm gonna see if she's actually selling them so that she can get the money. $20K or more. Kelly Rowland. I'm going to just show y'all. Whew, Kelly. Birthday suit. It's your birthday and I know you want to. It's like, Kelly, why you popping out and showing us, though? Because I was like, maybe this is like a milestone birthday. Maybe it's like a 45. It was her 44th birthday. Is there something about the 44s that I don't know? But Kelly was like, you know what? Kelly said, it's my birthday and I'm giving y'all a present. My presents. Anyway, okay, before I get up out of here, you guys, let's get into our Ask Z. Okay, so this Ask Z, we just gonna call him Broke Lover, Mr. Lover, Mr. Lover, Mr. Broke Lover. Forgive me, you ain't broke. Let me read the letter. Sorry. Okay, hi Z. Can I call you Z? A lot of y'all be saying that. Can I call you Z? It's like, well, you did it. You already said hi, Z. I really do love Zainab, though. If you hear me in person, like, say Z, it's because I'm trying to minimize the amount of times that I hear my name mispronounced. That's the only reason. But, like, I love when people, like, fans and things, like, supporters, when they be like, Zainab, I be like, yo, somebody knows me. Because they say my name in my exact cadence. They say it like they just listen to me saying it. And I be like, yep, you know me. You support me. You've been here. You're here. What's up? You want a picture? Absolutely. So what, I look bad? I was just going to Trader Joe's. Hi, Z. Can I call you Z? Valentine's is coming up. It is Valentine's Day. Valentine's is coming up, and I am in a new relationship, but I don't have the disposable income to splurge on a gift. This is my partner's first relationship in 12 years. Oh, wow. Okay, 12 years. And this is my partner's first relationship in 12 years, and their excitement around finally having a Valentine may cause them to, and this is in quotes, go big. I really don't have it, but I don't want to disappoint them. Do you have any gift ideas that don't destroy my pockets? Okay, so first of all, you ain't give me like a parameter. Like, I don't really know what, like, you ain't gotten it and somebody else not having it. You ain't gotten it. You ain't having it and somebody else maybe two different things, like somebody may be like, all I got is, $100. Somebody might be like, all I got is $20. Somebody might be like, damn, all I got is $1,000. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really know the parameters of your budget. So I can't really tell you any gift ideas that won't destroy your pockets, but I will give you what I believe is good advice. This is your partner. Just tell them the truth. Tell them the truth with love and care. But transparency, vulnerability, honesty, it is the best gift. Hey, I'm aware that this is like the first Valentine's Day that you've been able to celebrate with a partner in some time. And I'm so happy to be with you. And I don't know if you love them or not, but if you do, I love you. And I don't want to disappoint you. But I do want to be honest. This year is really hard for me. Eggs is $12. I can't even go to Target no more. I work for the government and they asking, they trying to lay us off. And we don't even know if we accept the severance package, if we actually going to get paid. I'm making up stuff that's in reality. There's a lot of people's situations. And so I do want to let you know, I plan on spending the day with you. I want to spend the time with you. And I hope that you accept that currency, you know. And you ain't got to say these words, but because for me, how I am in relationships, I think disappointment happens, right? And I ain't even talking about just in romantic relationships. Disappointment happens. Our parents disappoint us sometimes. Our children disappoint us sometimes. Our siblings, our coworkers, our boyfriends, girlfriends, wives, husbands, they disappoint us sometimes. But I think there is a big difference between disappointment, and respect. Yeah, I might be disappointed because, yeah, you can't always show up in the way that I would like you to show up. You're a human being. But I will have respect for you because I will believe and trust that you have respect for me because you came to me. You came to me knowing that I would be disappointed. You were vulnerable and you told me the truth. Now we don't got to be awkward where you about to go big. And I'm just like, or I'm making excuses not to see you or potentially ruining a relationship. No, when I could say, you can even tell them like, so I also want to, you know, take the pressure off of you. Like I would love to spend a day with you. I would love to do what is in my means. If you want to do something to like collaborate financially together, if you want to discuss this, if you're comfortable with that. I can't tell because you said partner. I can't tell if this is like a heteronormative relationship, if this is a queer relationship. I can't tell. So I'm not sure if there, the reason why I say queer relationship is because I'm not sure if there's the dynamic of like, I'm the man and that's the woman. And you know what I'm saying? And this is embarrassing because I'm the man. Like, I can't tell. But I do know, regardless, honesty is the best way, is the best. Is the best. So just be honest. Be like, hey, I would not be mad at my man at all. If he was like, hey, I want to, you know, I'm going to spend a day with you, but we ain't going to be able to, you know, like, are you cool with, and that's no reflection of like my feelings for you. It's just a reflection of like my current financial state and what I'm trying to do. It might not even be that you pop. It might not even be that you financially challenged. It might be like, hey, I'm actually making good money, but there's this thing that I'm focused on right now. There's this investment that I'm trying to make with the money that I don't want to, what's not in the budget is like, you know what I'm saying? 90,000 roses. I know your homegirl got those, but it's, you know, and I know you want to post something for Instagram, but you know what I'm saying? Like, just be honest. Whatever your specific situation is, be honest. And if they're the right partner for you, they'll respect that. And it'll probably be a really good Valentine's Day. So good luck. All right, you guys. Well, that's it for this episode of I'm Reasonable with Zainab Johnson. I'm Zainab Johnson. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you guys this weekend. Make sure you get tickets to my show if you are in and or around the areas in which I'm performing in. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon. Until then, stay reasonable. Bye.
Yeah.